Right then. Hello,
Right.
everyone.
Good afternoon
It
on this
is.
sunny Sunday,
It
unless
is.
you're apparently in Scotland.
Yes. Doesn't look like the weather's very good there, but here in Gloucestershire, the sun is shining and it's about 22, 23 degrees, which for October is unheard of.
Which is bad news for me, because that means when this is over, there's lots of lovely sport on the telly, but I think Carol's got lots of lovely gardening planned for
Well,
me.
we need to get the grass cut because
Well, we don't.
Well, we do.
I quite like the sort of wild meadow look.
Anyway, this is a cruise and travel chat, isn't it? But we're happy for you to ask us anything at all. If you've seen the comments, we've seen that Dan was here earlier. Don, sorry, who's already given us a thumbs up, said he doesn't need to wait till we do it. He's going to give us a thumbs up anyway.
Well,
so thank you for that, Don.
Appreciate a good judge of character, so I just need to move that back. My hair's got so high now.
It's got so long
that it won't quite fit in the screen. I need to.
But anyway, so we're here to answer any of your questions about cruise and travel. It is a different time for us, Sunday lunchtime, and the reason for that was that we were away. If you've been following us on social media, you know that we've been away in our camper van for the last 2 weeks in the Peak District, which has been lovely, spending time with friends and family. And we did a live the first week, and there was too many. The signal just wasn't brilliant, was it? So we apologise for that. So we thought, let's not waste your time and our time by having all those issues. So we'll wait till Sunday, which is a very different day for us, isn't it?
Which is today.
It is today. So hopefully whatever you're doing or what you've been up to this weekend, I hope you've had a great one. And if you're just sat eating your roast dinner, we're going to have one later, aren't we?
We're going to have a roast dinner later, because that's how I'm going to fit it all in. I've got to go shopping. I've got to cut the grass. I've got to fill the green bin up. I've got to find out if the green bin's going out tomorrow or the black bin. It's bin lottery tomorrow, so we
never know, do we? But let's go. Not that.
Yeah.
Let's get.
What she said. That was like that person off. Who's gonna name that? So I'm gonna throw this out here. I saw, because we talk about any old rubbish. There's a thing called the Mandela effect, and it's when you're convinced that you know something, but you actually don't. And all the years you've been thinking it wrong. Now, I'm going to throw this example out now. I nearly said what it was called, but you had Dick Dastardly and Muttley that was in Wacky Races, but they were also in another thing that involved aeroplanes. What was that program called? Answers in the comments, please. Let's see who gets it right. Let's see who gets the Mandela effect.
Oh, let's scroll right down and see if anyone's got there already. Lots of people saying good afternoon, but no answers yet, Paulie. So we'll pop back up to the first question, which is from Corinne. So lovely to see Corinne here. So just heard friends have booked P&O Arvia for transatlantic on the 27th this month. Only been Cunard, South Africa to Australia before. Any advice? From a transatlantic perspective, my first thing that I pop into my head, if you're doing transatlantic in October, is I would have picked a midship cabin, because the Atlantic can be quite unpredictable. However, if you've booked your cabin already, and I would definitely be packing seasickness tablets, because it can be a little bit rough and ready. However, it can be like a pond, so don't worry about that. When we did our transatlantic on Cunard, which we thoroughly enjoyed, what we made sure we did every day was planned what we wanted to do, because we found on transatlantic there was far more to do, wasn't there? Or the program was just
than we anticipated.
Yeah. So make sure you have a plan, and if there's particularly things that you want to do on that program, make sure you get there early, because things do get very, very popular, and venues can't always hold the amount of people that have got that interest for whatever that is. So that would be my big advice. And then just chill out and enjoy that absolute. It was so relaxing, wasn't it? 7 days at sea. We came home from after a mad 7 days in New York, which we absolutely loved, cruising back with Cunard back to Southampton. We came home so refreshed, didn't we? It was absolutely lovely. So just enjoy it.
No jet lag.
No.
It was sweet.
And any top tips for you for transatlantic?
You don't have to worry about any of that, because if you've got Carole with you, she organises everything for you, whether you like it or not.
So let's see then. So Rose is here. Love to see Rose. Good afternoon. The lovely Dan has booked me on 2 more cruises, Cunard and Fred Olsen. We've been looking at Fred Olsen because I do want to try their Bullet or Borealis, but we can't get the dates to work yet. So do let us know where you're going, Rose, because that's exciting. Cunard, as you know, we love Cunard, so that'll be awesome. We've got Queen Anne coming up next May, haven't we? And we're very, very excited about that. So Patrick and Francis are here. So lovely to see you guys. Just celebrated their anniversary, which was awesome. We really love the Rocky Mountaineer vlog. Thank you. We've just, if you don't know, we've just a third of our sort of Canada series has just gone out on Friday, all about our Rocky Mountaineer experience, which was just absolutely.
Have you got the right teeth?
I think I might have borrowed yours. I wondered whether we would, our thumbnail says overrated, and we wondered whether it would live up to the hype, because we've been looking forward to that trip for so long, haven't we? And we've heard so many things.
If you haven't watched it yet,
let me show you what I've.
Oh no, here she goes.
Look what I can put up on here. There it is. That's the thumbnail. So, but you were saying?
No, so we're not going to tell if it's overrated or not if you haven't watched it. But if you have watched it, no, it's not overrated.
No. It was one of those trips, you know, when you dream of a trip. I've been dreaming of going on Rocky Mountaineer for years and years and years. I'm talking not, 2 years. I'm talking 10, 15, 20 years. And that was a trip that I wanted to do from yonks ago. And to get on that Rocky Mountaineer, it was quite an emotional, making me go a bit emotional thinking of it. It was just such an amazing experience. So please go and check that out. And if you've missed, we've also got our vlogs about Banff and Jasper, because Canada just blew us away, didn't it? Most beautiful country I think we've been to as far. So
thus far. And what's the beauty about this vlog series is all what we've done so far is completely standalone. It's not like when we do a cruise vlog and it's about the one ship and it's about that one cruise. It's still standalone because it's day by day, but it doesn't matter. You could watch that in any order and it wouldn't make any difference. You watch Rocky Mountaineer first, Rocky Mountaineer last, whichever you want to do. Yeah,
exactly that. Just looking to see if anyone got your looks like Sean is the first, because there's a few coming up in there. Yeah. So Sean. Sean in Edinburgh.
Sean is wrong.
Oh, is he?
Tony Romain
is wrong. Oh, let's see then. Tina said the same.
Tina Webber is wrong. I've seen the right answer. Somebody's got it right.
Dennis said he thinks it was Catch the Pigeon.
Is wrong.
Andy and Carla?
Andy and Carla, written in capital letters, Stop the Pigeon. And it was Stop the Pigeon. Now, if you'd have asked me, and apparently this is called the Mandela effect, where you're convinced, because if anybody can remember that program, you'll be singing in your head, Catch the Pigeon, Catch the Pigeon.
Exactly.
It wasn't Catch the Pigeon, it was Stop the Pigeon, Stop the Pigeon.
Anyway.
So there you go. Look, so
well done, Andy.
So we've had about 5 answers.
Yes.
So 80% of the people fell forward to the Mandela effect.
I just want to give a shout out to Andy and Carla, and actually all our patrons and YouTube members. When we're in the Peak District over the last 2 weeks, we had a weekend of meetups, which is one of the perks from our Patreon and YouTube membership. And we met up with Andy and Carla and Mandy and Chris in the pub. We stopped over in our motorhome in a pub in Knutsford. We also caught up with Ant and Glenn, and we also caught up with Andrew and Ian, and we had the most fantastic weekend. So thank you guys for taking the time to come and see us, because we thoroughly enjoyed it.
We had a fabulous time, and I can't believe that one of the two of us for the first 2 hours was watching the Spurs-Liverpool game.
I know. How rude.
How rude.
He was chatting to them. But anyway, so thank you guys for making the effort. And if you want to know more about our Patreon and YouTube membership, then please just check out the description below. It'd be lovely to have you on board. We've got a fabulous community that we love chatting to every day. So let's go back up and go to the questions. Ian saying, come on, you Spurs.
Well, what can I say? Well, do you want me to... I'll sing this song that I'll probably never, ever sing again on a live. And it goes like this.
What's he going to sing?
We are top the league. We are top the league. You didn't even know that, did you?
I didn't. I try, and when he talks, my ears sort of curl over. So Mandy's asking, what was our question? What was your verdict on Bakewell pudding versus Bakewell tart? Well,
I tell you what, we had... I feel I have to field this question because I'm the pudding eater amongst us. If it was pork pie related, I'd hand it over to... Well, we're both pork pie aficionados, actually.
With a bit of mustard on.
Yeah. I thought the Bakewell pudding was lovely. We had a Bakewell tart also, But only about a week later, my niece actually bought one out when they went to Bakewell. I felt that the Bakewell pudding would have been better served with ice cream, with custard, because we just bought it from a shop and took it back to our van. Now, I think warm with custard would have been a game changer.
Very suety.
But the tart, standalone, I'd say if you had them side by side and you had to eat them both cold, I'd say the tart wins.
Yeah.
If you could have custard and the pudding warmed up, I would say the pudding would win.
I say the tarts win every time. I just love the combination of the icing.
What can I say, mate?
The combination of the icing and the jam and the almond. Oh, gooiness. It was lovely.
Oh, looks like I'm bringing some bake. No, we're not.
No, we're back. We were doing really well with our weight before we went away. I lost 10 pounds, Paul lost a stone. We've come back. We've weighed this morning. We both put 4 pounds on, haven't we?
I think
so.
I think £2 a week, considering that our normal regime of what we've been doing at home virtually went out the window. What I blame is, it was lovely meeting all the Patreons, but I blame them because they made us eat. They made us eat and drink loads. Especially Andrea and Ian. They picked us up and took us out in a car for Sunday lunch, but she packed a picnic for us.
It was amazing. I sat there, and she's got a little flap on the back of the passenger seat. She put a bottle of Graham Norton wine and this cup that was supposed to stick to the table, a wine glass, wasn't it? And that was funny because every time Ian braked, somehow I ended up being covered in wine. But it was just fantastic, really thoughtful. So thank you for that.
But it wasn't just the wine and the cider. She packed wine and cider, but she also packed sausage rolls and Scotch eggs.
Yes. Which were
delicious.
delicious.
So it's Andrea's fault.
Yes, she won't be here because she's on
she's on
Norwegian at the moment. But anyway,
but thank you to each and every one of you who came out.
Honestly, that was the highlight of the trip, wasn't it? It was really good. So Rosie May is saying, she's hi Paul and Carole, Rosie and Ed here. We just did our first cruise on Queen Mary 2 to Norwich, we loved. Yeah, Queen Mary's a lovely bird. She's in for a refurb next month.
That's a good combination, isn't it? A great ship and a great destination.
Yeah, we did that.
Two of our
favourites. And Andy decides good, nice chat. Not quite the same as the meetup. Mandy's asking: is there a better time of year to book a Caribbean cruise to ensure you get good weather, no hurricanes, things? And which cruise line would you use? Now, hurricanes in the Caribbean, it's September, October is the months that I would avoid. Sort of the shoulder seasons. So we're going November, December, and I think sort of November, December, January, Feb, I think you're pretty good for Caribbean weather, which is why most of the ships do their transatlantics over to the Caribbean. So they're the winter months is when I would choose to go for a Caribbean cruise. And from a cruise line point of view, it really depends on your personal preference, because everyone says this, what cruise line? Is food really important to you? Is entertainment really important to you? Is size important to you? Do you want a small...
Does size matter?
Exactly. Do you want a small, more intimate experience, or do you want something that's got the big water shows and entertainment? So it's all about what your personal preferences are. And once you've worked out for entertainment, food... outside space, is that important? I know, but all these things you need to think of, because people go on a cruise and say, I didn't enjoy it. And I said, what ship did you go on? I said, well, why did you pick that ship? You don't like this, this, and this. So you didn't do your research. Mandy, please just ask us any questions that you want about anything, and we can point you in the right direction.
And obviously, is there specific ports that you want to go to? Because obviously the Caribbean, there's loads. There's 100 different Caribbean itineraries, at least, I would have thought. So, I mean, we've done Caribbean cruises a few times. We're doing our next cruise is actually a Caribbean cruise, and we're going to probably half the places we're going to we've never been to before.
Well, you haven't. I went to them when I worked as a nurse.
Went to Guadeloupe, did you?
No, I didn't go to Guadeloupe, but I've been to St. Thomas and Barbados and those.
What about that?
They're all lots of firsts for Paul.
What about that Virgin Gouda?
No, never been to Virgin Gouda.
That's why I've been to them all. I've been to them all. So we're going to 25. I've already ascertained that 25% of them she's never been to. She's a big liar.
Well, anyway, so those are the things to think about, Mandy, when you're thinking of picking a ship. So
and obviously you can get depending on when you go, you can get like repositioning cruises, which will mean you only have to fly one way. So if you might be able to pick something up in Southampton, or worst case scenario, somewhere like Barcelona, and then you can get a cruise over, fly back, or you could fly both ways. I know last Christmassy time, P&O Arvia had some stonkingly good deals, didn't they? It was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
The deals, including the flights.
There's a lot of controversy going on at the moment about the
That's
airline
P&O,
that they're
isn't it?
using to get to the Caribbean. So yeah. But anyway, let's move
bear
on to
that in mind
bear
as
that
well.
in mind.
Because
Rosemary's
apparently
asking lots of questions about.
Let me just say this, and I'll shut up for not
Okay.
forever, obviously, but because apparently P&O has started using a new carrier. Is that the right word? And you don't get any food, any drink, and there's not even a telly. There's no entertainment.
So from what we've heard.
So
yeah, we haven't experienced it ourselves.
No.
So Rosemary's asking about 4 different questions. So Rosie, so I'll hopefully come back to those once I've seen everyone else's questions. Sue saying she loved Friday's video. Thank you very much. And we've seen that Sean's here. So love to see Sean. Hopefully it's not too wet and windy in Edinburgh, because we've heard the weather up there's pretty poor. Kevin B's here. Yo. I was moved by cars most of the start of the train journey. Does train travel hold a significance to you, or was it being shoulder soda with Paul for 2 days? Do you know, it hasn't had a significance for me, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I want to do more. I've been looking at all the iconic train journeys around the world because it was just so special, wasn't it, Paul?
I was just going to say, the first time I met Kevin, I didn't like him. And our relationship has soured since then.
No, we didn't. Kevin's the guy that we met in New York, and we had such a fab time. He's a lovely, lovely guy. So yeah.
Well, I must admit, I would cry if I had to sit next to me for 2 days.
Do you know what's so lovely about that? Because we've been on Titan Travel. We've been on a Titan Travel tour, which was excellent from start to finish. There a few blips, but nothing majorly that we felt was an issue.
You need to sort of think what you're saying before you say it. It was excellent from start to finish. Apart from
there was a couple of things, wasn't there? Like one hotel we weren't very happy with, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head what we weren't happy with. But because you're on a tour, and we started our trip with 45 people that you get all on the plane together in Heathrow, and followed all the way through till we got on the ship, and then everyone sort of went their own way, didn't they? And we met up with a few people then. But during that time from Banff, Jasper, and on the Rocky Mountaineer, we were sat and we had so much banter. And you know what? We thought that being on an escorted tour would have too many negatives for us that we'd want to do it again. But actually, it had so many positives that we're already planning some more, aren't we? So, and we just, a group of people, we just laughed all the time. It was brilliant. So Will's here, Will from the Shah says hello. Tina's here. So lots and lots of people. Bella and Claire's also here. Google Claire's tuned in. So thank you all for tuning in so far on a Sunday, because I know it's not our regular time. So
next question. If you've had or having your Sunday lunch, what have you had? Let's get us salivating, because that could influence what I buy when I go out, because I'm going shopping straight after this.
Do. JCR's asking a question. Rocky Mountain looks good. Could you give an idea of cost for this trip? We can. When we booked the trip as a whole tour, it's hard to break down significantly what we paid, but on the website for Rocky Mountaineer, you are looking at around about £1,500 a person if you book silver. So it's not cheap for 2 days. It's very expensive, but actually what you get is quality and the most amazing experience. So it is something that you need to obviously save for and budget for. For gold, it's even more than that. It was about £2,000 a person. Yeah. We booked silver, and as you see from our video, we got there and I was all confused because I was there with our boarding pass thinking, we're silver, so we've got a single level carriage rather than a double decker. And I couldn't see it. And then the guy was sort of saying, no, come this way. And we're thinking, they've made a mistake here. So I said that to one of the lovely guys, because they were fantastic, weren't they? I said, I think we're in the wrong place. He said, no, you're not. He said, it's your lucky day. The silver carriage has got some issues. So you've all been upgraded to the gold carriage, but you're going to have silver.
Sorry, I have to move this.
What are you doing?
I can't read. I can't read nothing.
You've all been upgraded to the gold carriage, but you'll maintain silver service, which basically means you don't eat in the dining room, and you get a less comprehensive bar menu and food menu. But what we had was absolutely phenomenal.
I'm just trying to don't mind me.
I'm just
trying to work out where, because
I've got a light.
You've got a light on your thing all the time.
Well, don't worry about it.
No, I'm just saying.
I'll take these off and I'll put these on. No, because these got reflections on. Put that back on because now it's dark. That's better. So that's my reading, and you can move that back round now. He's fiddling around like men fiddle with things, don't they? They do. It's like if Lucas is in the car, he'll have to open the glove box or fiddle with the lights, but don't fiddle. So can you move the big light round?
No, I don't.
You do. No. Because now.
What's better?
Anyway, let's get back to this. So, fiddler. So so hopefully that's helpful. We just actually posted a post on our website with a link to obviously their website and also just a link to our video. So do go and check that out. It's doing really well, and we've had so many amazing comments. It's been it's sort of blown up, hasn't it, over the last couple of days. So please do go and watch it and I'm really, well, I don't know, but other content creators that were watching this might know. When you make a video, you think, oh my gosh, I'm really pleased with normally all our videos, but this one, me and Paul was like, it was just so awesome to do it because it brought back so many memories. Anyway, I'm waffling now.
And if you ever want to know if it's worth buying an Insta360,
yes,
I think the footage, most of the outside footage, which was done with the 360. There's some that Carole did with her thing, just turning it around, but most of the outside stuff, I think it's paid for itself just on that one trip, to be fair.
I think so. It just gives you total different perspectives, and for scenery, particularly for Canada, it was awesome. Barbara's just saying, good afternoon, everyone. Love to have a chat on a Sunday. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Getting so excited. I'm going on P&O to Rotterdam, Hamburg, we've been less than 2 weeks now. We'll enjoy. We'd like Rotterdam. Well, and we have fun in Hamburg, isn't it? So that's Jack's here. So good afternoon, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Tony Romain is happy Sunday from Bonnie, Scotland. Now back from Madeira, looking forward to our next cruise. Roast chicken. That was our initial thoughts, wasn't it, when we did the shopping list?
That's what's on the list.
Bob and Ellis here. So good afternoon, guys. And Andrew said, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please do this. At the moment, it looks like there's 163 people watching. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, because any interaction you have with that, and after when the video's finished, if you could write a comment below, that really helps too.
So don't forget, even if it's about tea towels, because I said that.
Oh, I know.
I can't believe that I said about, even if you just say tea towels, it's a comment. When we went in our motorhome, we forgot to say tea.
But we went to a lovely market in this place called Matlock, Bath, and I found these lovely ones with bees on. Yeah. So I got some new tea towels. That's exciting.
It works out well, because we haven't bought a new tea towel since 1968.
Well, we haven't really, have we?
No, I wasn't joking. I don't know.
No, we haven't.
The tea towels is one of them things. I don't ever remember buying a tea towel in my life. But you've always got tea towels.
Well, not when you go away in the camper.
Well, not when you go away in the camper, no.
Robert Neath is here. So lovely to see you as well. Lots of people saying about catch the pigeon. And Martha's saying Dastardly Muttley. Can you do an impression of?
Yeah, you do.
No, I can't. Yeah. Corinne's eating scrambled egg on toast. We just had some boiled eggs and soldiers. And Kate's here from Australia, so it's 11 p.m. Oh, thank you for staying up so late and saying hi. Because often it's really hard to fit in our American friends and Australian friends and Canadian friends, because it's early hours there too at the moment, isn't it? So let's see. Right, let's have a look. I thought I saw Sandra here as well. Yes, Sandra's here. So Sandra's lives outside of Melbourne and has been having a tough time with some bushfires and flooding. So I'm hoping that the weather's being kind to you as well.
We just hope wherever you all are that you're all safe.
Exactly that. So let's see that next question that I was looking at before I got sidetracked. Day saying, hi guys, great to see you again. What's your favourite Marella cruise ship and why?
Now, I know Carole's answer will be Discovery, and I can fully understand why, because the Discovery has got a fabulous atrium that is well used. It isn't just something to sit and look at. They use it for entertainment and for, if they still do the same sort of things. They used to have this lovely thing every evening about 6 o'clock where they'd have the professional dancers and anybody else who wanted to dance. Yeah. And they would have about 3/4 an hour of dancing, and the professionals would dance for you as well. And it was amazing. I love, love, love that atrium. But I've got to be honest, on the Voyager, there was stuff on there which was fun. The atrium's rubbish, to be fair. In comparison to Discovery,
it's not rubbish. It's just smaller, and
in comparison to Discovery, it's rubbish. Our living room's better, but there's so many fabulous things on the ship. The kitchens I thought was fabulous, and they got like the little places where, you know, for pre-dinner drinks and stuff like that. Theatre's wonderful. So if you could put the Discovery atrium on the Voyager, that would be awesome. I
totally agree. I've been looking at Morella because we love Morella, and I've been looking at some itineraries. And the first ones I go to is Discovery and Morella Voyager, just to see where they're going. But we've been on Explorer 2 as well. Thoroughly enjoyed that. But it just, we love Voyager and we love Discovery. So, morning from Virginia Beach. Bit early there. Yeah, I bet it is. So, well, thank you very much for joining us. Dave's asking, what's been your favourite port on all of your travels? Oh, that's a difficult one, isn't it? So many fabulous ports.
That's a toughie, isn't it?
I love Bustleton in Australia. I thoroughly enjoyed our day in Bustleton.
Is that where we had fish and chips? Oh, well, that's it.
Yeah,
fish and chips.
It was just lovely. I loved going to Sydney. The sailing to Sydney was absolutely amazing, and loved exploring Sydney just by the ferries. That was fantastic.
That was pretty amazing as well. Yeah.
So many. We love Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik is beautiful, particularly.
And of course, New York's a port as well. That's not a bad place.
It's awesome.
I mean, there's some very, very iffy people there that will stalk you at your hotel. But other than that, it's really nice.
No,
so like the trouble is that you say one and you think, because I was very controversial, and I put that.
What are you doing?
That I felt I thought there was nothing going to match the sail in or sail out of Sydney, because obviously you've got the bridge, you've got the Opera House, the skyline, etc., etc. But then when we sailed out of New York, and I put a little short out that said, "Is this the best sail away in the world?" And I had a few people say, "Oh no, I think Sydney's better," but I don't know if it is.
Well,
because you've got so many, and I did this short. When you do stuff, you do a little short, and you think that's going to be a banger. That's going to have like 50,000 views, and then you put it out, and it has about 400 views, which is great because as people put stuff out, they get nothing. So obviously, I'm grateful. But I did this short, and it had the Statue of Liberty. It had a tug going past. It had the New York skyline, and then as I panned round, there was the Staten Island ferry, and I thought, I've got so many iconic things in there, and the New York skyline. I thought, well, this is just going to be it's going to go vinyl, as I say. It didn't.
Yeah, but I think also our sail out of New York was from Brooklyn Terminal. So if you are on a ship that actually docks in I think it's Pier 88, which is in the Hudson River, it's even better because you actually come down the Hudson. So we were blown away by just coming out of the Brooklyn and going slightly past the Statue of Liberty. So to actually come from the Hudson, which is what I used to do every Saturday on Celebrity Cruises in the early 90s, to come past, but New York is just an amazing city. We will definitely be back because we absolutely loved it. I see Kate just said she never tires of Sydney Harbour. Exactly.
No, it's wonderful. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. And I got to be honest, what I will say is we sailed out of New York. So we were already there. We'd done the Staten Island ferry, so we saw the Statue of Liberty, so we saw the skyline. Going into Sydney, there is something special about when that, the Opera House comes into view and the Harbour Bridge, etc. It's like a tingly hair on the back of your head type moment. But so, I don't know.
Kevin is just saying Key West. We've not been there, but would love to go there. Another one that's just popping into my head, which I'm so looking forward to on a group cruise, is going into Copenhagen, because that's supposed to be pretty spectacular. So
wonderful Copenhagen. Lovely, O maid of the sea. I always get these words wrong, and then people will tell me after, because I thought it was beautiful Copenhagen until I got corrected.
Right. So Sandra saying she's all recovered from the bushfire flood. So brilliant. Let's have a look. So let's see. Tina's asking, how did we originally meet travel blog Jamie? We met on Oceana, which is no longer with P&O, and apparently went to be a Greek
It went to be
then
a
it's been on fire,
yeah, somebody
hasn't
said
it?
it caught fire.
Yeah, so
I mean, we met him on the Oceana, but if you ask Jamie, he'll say we met him on the Oceana.
Yes. No, Travel Vlog Jamie's great. So we have
apart from his pronunciation.
No, we have great fun whenever we meet up, so that's brilliant. So Lisa's asking questions about 360 or GoPro, looking at both, can't decide.
The unfortunate thing is both would be my answer.
Yeah.
Because we do
for what we do.
We do for our vlogging type thing. What we did on the Rocky Mountaineer and the 2 Canadian vlogs we did is we did a lot more, which I believe is called POV, point of view filming. So more in the moment rather than sitting on our bed and chatting about our day. We try to do a lot more in the moment. I would be interested to see in the comments which you prefer. Do you prefer us sitting on the bed at the end of the day and summarizing and putting some stuff in? Or do you prefer it more in the moment?
We're just very conscious of people's privacy when we're doing it in the moment. And on cruise ships, you don't want to be pushing your camera into public places. So that's why we sort of went down that route, wasn't it? So we could just take some little pictures and bits of video so that we could explain everything to you. But we've had phenomenal response to this one. So I think
so for the point of view day-to-day filming, we use the GoPro, and for the funky shots,
we use the Insta.
GoPro
is very much good at detail. Insta for distance and zooming in is not so much, is it?
Good, no.
So I think it depends what you want to do, what we want to use it for. If it's for snaps and little videos of things, then Insta will be good. But for actual vlogging and getting detail, the GoPro works well.
But also, the beauty of the Insta is you just video. You don't have to point it anywhere. You just load it up, and whatever it sees, front or back, it'll record. And then when you go to the editing process, you can have it in portrait or landscape.
Yeah. So that's brilliant.
And that's brilliant. So if you wanted, so I can video something and I think, oh, that'll make a good short or a good Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Reel.
And then Paul will send me the one that's
but then I can turn it the other way,
so I can use for YouTube.
And it's also really, really good, which the GoPro isn't nowhere near as good at, is when you video. I mean, I've taken photos with it, but then when I realized you don't need to ever take a photo with it, because if you take a video, you can take a still off the video and it's as good as any photo.
Yeah.
So it's a far more
versatile.
Versatile.
That's a good word, isn't it? Versatile. So let's have a look. So Amanda's here. So lovely to meet Amanda and Chris on our meetup. Bit late. Anything that isn't attached has gone on the washing line. Also booked another Queen Anne trip for son's 40th. Fab, can't wait. Yeah, we're excited to get on Queen Anne. Amanda gets on Queen Anne as we get off, which is such a shame because it's been great to have cruised together. And Rose is saying on Fred she's going to Rotterdam and Amsterdam, February, and Cunard she's going to Bruges and Rotterdam.
Wait, I don't know if it's still the case now, but you might be lucky. But when we did Fred Olsen on one of the older ships and we went to Amsterdam, we docked right in the centre. Didn't we, if you remember? We just literally had to get off the ship. We were parked by a load of river cruise
We
ships,
did, yes.
And you walked
but I don't know. So Amsterdam's getting very strict now about what they're allowing in.
And what that means is, if you dock right in the centre of Amsterdam, you don't have to pronounce Nijmegen, which is where you normally
Nijmegen. Yeah. So Tracy and Ashley Buller here. So hello, you lovely people from Oxford. We make murder with your fab humour. We make us laugh so much. You're fantastic vloggers. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Tony says you're wrong.
Well,
just looked it up. It was actually Dastley and Muttley in their flying machines.
Well, that's what Google Player said, but it wasn't. It was called Stop.
Philippa was here early too. So love to see Philippa. We had a great time with Philippa when we did the transatlantic. Sandra said, was the meetup as good as Melbourne? No TV to distract Paul.
In all fairness, Sandra, it was far better than the one
it wasn't. It was just as good. We had such a laugh with them. Everything we met here. We didn't have any naked men.
I didn't have a naked man on a balcony to distract me now.
When we were sat in Melbourne at the meetup at the, what was the place called?
I need to just put this to rights now. I'm not saying it was, I might have misconstrued the misconstruing it. It's actually the song. Now it might be called Dashley and Muttley in the Flying Machine, but the song that everybody thought was Catch the Pigeon was Stop the Pigeon. Whether it was called that Flying Machine thing, that's a hell of a long name for a cartoon, isn't it?
Anyway, back to the Melbourne meetup. We were sat there and Paul were in a big table, cargo, that's where it was. And Paul, all of a sudden, there was a man, there was some apartments behind, and he just stark naked, wouldn't he? And just wandered out onto his balcony. Like thankfully, Sandra and I had our backs to it, so we didn't see anything.
It was like an episode of Friends, because they had the, what was it called? The fat, ugly naked guy.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, but no, all the meetups that we've done have been fabulous. So if you do want to catch up with us in reality, in what's the word? Meetup in person, then do check out our Patreon.
In reality,
and because we're planning them as wherever we go, we're planning on doing.
But
those.
If you don't want to meet us in reality, we can send a hologram along. Can't we?
Good. Oh dear. So Jill's first time cruises. They booked Spain, Portugal, and Canaries next March. Enjoy.
Yes, good choice.
When you're saying, love your videos. Would you come to New Zealand? Yes. And
yes.
We're tentatively planning for 2025. You do know this. We've talked about it. He says he doesn't know.
I do know this, actually. Yes, it's all coming back.
We'd love to do a Trans-Pacific ending in New Zealand and then doing a land tour in New Zealand. So, yes, it is on that's one of our bucket list trips we've always wanted to do.
It's definitely going to happen quite soon.
Yeah. So, Martha's just saying, Paul might just forgive you for stealing Angie. Yes, I'm a Celtic supporter.
Carole's got no idea what that means. And it's Ange, by the way.
Ange.
What's his surname?
Stropolopoulos. I don't know. Is it?
Postecoglou.
Oh, yes. That's the manager.
Yes.
I was close then.
Oh, yeah. Popolopoulos. Mr. Popolopoulos was the giant woolly elephant that was on Sesame Street.
So Marilyn's saying, did you try butter tarts and candy or Nanaimo bars? No, we didn't. I tried loads of Caesars and they were delicious.
Carole can't even say it.
And we'd had poutine, which actually we really enjoyed, didn't we?
Yeah, it was all right.
Any news on the t-shirts? Paul's got his on here. We just spoke to Angela. Oh my gosh, I've got the lady that's doing our t-shirts.
None of those names.
Oh, so many names.
The lady who's doing our t-shirts, Ange Postecoglou.
Oh, yes. So we're back. She's got another delivery for us. We're checking out the quality, making sure they're going through the wash, and she's got another delivery for us. And so now we're home for a few weeks, then she'll be able to sort that. So let's see.
If you click on Karen Ball.
So hello from Salisbury. Popped in before the BTCC and Formula One. BTCC.
Now, Karen, can you tell me? I might have totally the wrong sport because I don't follow either of those. But does a guy called Colin Turkington race in BTCC, which is British Touring Car Championship?
Okay.
If you could answer that question. If he doesn't, I won't continue with the story. But if he does, I can tell you something.
So, Rob saying, love your Rocky Mountaineer vlogs. Paul's line about bullet bourbon ladders and stitches. Oh, another person asked, oh no, it's Wendy again about New Zealand. Let's have a look. Questions. Elaine just saying, thank you for all your advice about Sky Princess. No problem. We're back on Sky with our group cruise and we're looking forward to that. That'll be our third time on that ship. Beautiful, beautiful ship. Spencer saying, loved your train journey too. Paul is hilarious. Transalpine Express New Zealand is amazing. Ooh. Oh, I've not Transalpine. Let me write that down. Transalpine. Because we're looking to do...
I've got a question for you, Spencer. Have you got a group?
Spencer Davis. Oh, Dan the Cruise is here. Love to see Dan.
Hiya, Dan.
Rich and Helen's here. And Sandra's having roast pork. Oh, do you like a bit of pork? We're torn now. So now you live in Australia, you still have your Sunday roast. You don't have a Barbie.
Well, not today. Not if it's blowing a gale and flooded.
She said it's much better now.
Oh, okay, good. I'll shut that one.
So Karen's just saying, good afternoon, just watch your documentary vlog, another going on my bucket list. Yeah, get it on there. Honestly, it was awesome. Will saying he's got McPlant and chips roast from McDonald's.
No, I've got a question. Now,
you've got lots of questions today, haven't you?
Because I see stuff and it knocks a bit of sawdust in my head. We love eating meat, and I'm not being mean to anybody who's a vegetarian, but we do. But Carole said, I do like to try and eat more plant-based stuff, which I've got no issues with at all. Now, we've tried some stuff, and it's just been god-awful. And Carole sent me out, said, see if you can find a nut roast. Now, obviously, I am familiar with the concept of a nut roast, but I can't find one anywhere. in the general supermarkets. And I asked for, like, in our Tesco's in Gloucester, there's a lot of young staff working in there. I asked for 2 things the one day. One was cockles. She looked at me like I was an alien. What's that? Is that even a thing? She said to me. I said, yeah. And the other thing was a nut roast, and I got a very similar look. Now, if you want some Linda McCartney sausages, you're sorted in our Tesco's in Gloucester, but they are like, I'd rather eat a piece of wood, to be honest, because that'd have more flavour. But so, where do we get a nut roast from? Will from the Shire.
Yes.
She scroll. Don't forget to hit the like button.
Would you guys consider doing a house tour? What, a tour of our house? No, I don't think anybody would be interested in that. Robin said he spotted some Canadian cider on the menu on Rocky Mountain. Did you?
I didn't try it, but the lady sat next to me was drinking it, and she said it was very nice. But I didn't try it.
Pork belly, Lisa. I mean, pork belly's lovely, but it's got to be really crispy on it. Otherwise, it's just. Charles with Lizzie Lou's here.
Hello.
Spencer's having a ham and mustard on toast. Sunday roast on a budget. Oh, brilliant. So let's have a look. So let's see. Kevin saying, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please give us a thumbs up if you're watching. We've got 170 watching now, so please, and for all those that watch afterwards, thank you so much for that, because we do really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Rob's saying, I think the roast captured the most you felt at the time, so we need to be brave enough to get our camera out in front of people rather than worrying about it.
I think it's a double-edged sword of being brave enough to do it in front of people, but in a way that's not intrusive, because we know that there's other bloggers, and it's all about
we've seen other bloggers,
we've seen them, and you think,
like, oh my gosh,
and they'll put stuff out, and you'll see, and they'll be going out, and the camera will be right in people's face, and we don't want to do. Obviously, there is going to be people in our videos. There's nothing we can do about that. And when we did the Rocky Mountaineer thing, by the time we'd got to the Rocky Mountaineer, we'd spent a week with most of the people that sat around us. I mean, not everybody on that cabin was in our tour.
No.
But there was probably
carriage
10, 12, 15 people.
Yeah, and they were happy for us to film.
They were happy for us to film. If you can see, there's a few times when they're like in the seat behind to try and get in and stuff, which, we had no problem at all. No. But if somebody had said to us, well, look, I don't really want to be in that, then we would have made a conscious effort not to get them in. But yes, definitely, I'm watching the POV stuff as well, because it's lovely, because like you said, you can see the emotion, it's all real time. It's lovely. So
Sean's saying, would you do gold or silver next on the show?
You'd have to do gold.
I'd go gold.
Somebody put just now, but you didn't click on that, about we had the perfect combination, because we had silver service in the gold carriage. It meant we had at our seats, and that meant you didn't miss anything. Because obviously, when you have your lunch,
dinner, you go down.
It would be more of an event. And I know that the people who did gold, their menus were slightly better. They were offered more refreshments.
Not more, a more extensive list.
More extensive list, but I think they were a bit more free flowing.
Yeah,
but
we had plenty. And the service in silver was exceptional. Yeah. So if your budget can stretch to it, the reason we didn't book gold initially was because it was fully booked. Yeah. Otherwise, we would have booked gold. But we thought, no, let's do silver. We want to do it. And it worked in, obviously, landing on my birthday, so that was good. And Will said I was going to say your 360 has some amazing shots in the Rocky Mountaineer vid. And Penelope's here, so lovely to see you, Penelope. Lovely to finally make a live. So thank you for joining us. And it's happy Thanksgiving from Canada, getting ready for turkey lunch today. Oh, enjoy. And Claire's asking, is May a good time to do this trip? May, well, the Canadians there, here will be able to pipe in with the weather. We went in July, obviously it's peak season. May, I guess there may be still some snow around, and you might not get the views, but you probably might get more waterfalls. I don't know. I don't know. I think that seems quite early for Canada, because I know with our friends cruising Canuck and talking to Kevin Austin, they have snow right up till whenever. But
quite late,
yeah. So I'm not sure whether that'd be too early. However, we want to go back to Canada, and we want to go back sort of October time, October, November, don't we? Because we do want to see it in the snow. So Tracy,
because that's the thing as well. Sorry, Tracy, to interrupt your question, but even going to places like Lake Louise and you know, which is must-see places, you can go there 2 months apart, and it'd be like chalk and cheese. Totally different experience.
Yeah.
So, which means we will have to go back.
And the escorted tour was brilliant because we've seen so much, but obviously you only have a certain amount of time in these places. So what we wanted to do was go for a walk right around Lake Louise, but we didn't have the time to do that. So pros and cons to everything, isn't it? But for us, the Titan travel tour was fantastic. Tracy's asking, we're on Skype, it says in 8 days, going to the Canaries. We couldn't find a vlog covering the Canary Islands. Have you been? We've been, but it was before we did our vlogging, but we did have our website then. So go to our website and go to, it's in the category Spain, Canary Islands. And we've got some posts on Tenerife and Gran Canaria, just about the cruise port and information. So do check those out.
Have a look,
yeah.
That was we went
Candyman we seen Lee Mead on RVA. It was fantastic. I think you opted out. We did because we hadn't.
And do you know what's even better? We opted out, and P&O said they'd give us our money back, and we never ever got it.
That was we opted out last minute, didn't we?
Yeah, but they said, "Well, don't worry about it. No,
we'll give you we can fill the space.
We give you a refund." Never ever got it. No. Lying bunch of.
Barbara's mate said good. As I start watching cruise video, I always press the like button. It lets me know which videos I've watched. As I watch so many, that's a good tip. Yeah. So let's see. Sailing into Venice is beautiful. Yes, Rose, it is. But sadly, they're stopping doing that, and we're so lucky we did that, haven't we? On a smaller ship.
We did that on. Was it the Thompson Dream or was it the Thompson Celebration?
Susan's watching here from Surprise in Arizona. Loving your Canada videos and look forward to the Alaska cruise video. Yeah, I'm just editing those now. Paul is just sat down with our first one out after which next week is all about the Neptune Suite and the perks you get from booking a Neptune Suite, and then our Alaska vlogs will be starting the week after that. So Man said, as I worked on Celebrity Cruise in the 90s, did you ever meet Jane McDonald? No, she was on Celebrity Century, I believe, the season after I left. But my friend Sarah was on the same ship as her. So, I just missed out.
And she went to her wedding, didn't she?
And my friend Sarah went to her wedding, yeah. George is saying, hello from Perth, Australia. Nice to see you here, George. Are you thinking of doing the Green Hand next year? We are. We're on the maiden voyage. So we're looking forward to that.
We would have been on it in January, I believe, but it was going to be January, wasn't it? But they pushed it back.
Yes, it's May now. Yeah. May. Lisbon. Tony saying Lisbon's a really good city. It is under the bridge. Copenhagen is. Maybe I'm thinking of Oslo then. The sailing for Oslo and Stockholm on the other hand. Yes, maybe I'm thinking of Oslo. But what's the one that goes through the Swedish archipelago? I can never say that word. Archipelago, not archipelago. Anyway.
Martipello? Archipelago? Archipelago?
Andy and Carla says that really captures the moment by doing some privacy. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yes, we will. Ali and Mark, it's so lovely to see you guys.
Hello.
Yes, lovely to see you here. Dan is saying, happy to hear you enjoyed your trip to Canada. You'll love Newfoundland when your cruise stops here next year. Yes, we are going on Gary Bembridge's Tip for Travellers group cruise next September the 19th, which I think is all sold out now. So we're glad we got on that. And we're going to the other side of Canada. So Newfoundland, we're going actually into Quebec. So that'll be really, really interesting. Ant and Glenn, hi both. You made it back in one piece. We did. Thank you. We had such a laugh, and it was so short, wasn't it? That our evenings with all our meetups went so quick, didn't it? It was just not long enough. But thank you guys for jumping on the train and coming to meet us.
Ant had to leave because they ran out of wine, didn't they?
We did drink some, didn't we? But it was great fun. So Gavin's saying that he's cruising Cuba for the first time Queen Victoria next week. Any tips? Have lunch at the Golden Lion Pub.
Check out on your Carole will tell you where to check, but they have some theme nights. So where do they find that out?
On your My Cunard, when you book, you'll go to your calendar, and when you get nearer to your cruise, about 2 weeks before, it populates with what gala nights you have. So you'll know what on your cruise, whether it'll be red and gold night, black and white, 20s, or masquerade night, and then you know what to pack. But Cunard, go to the enrichment talks. Very, very interesting enrichment talks on Cunard. Make sure you go to the Queen's Room and watch the dancing and the big band night. Dress up and feel marvellous. That's what I love about Cunard. We're not big dressy uppers, are we?
No, but I think
with Cunard, we really enjoy it.
It's fabulous.
On other cruise ships, I think, oh no, it's formal night or dress to impress night, and you think I can't be bothered. But for some reason, Cunard just makes you want to dress up. Is he just home making your dress? No. Spencer saying Mr. Popolopoulos was in these.
You know, when I said it, and you have to forgive me because I was very close. The bloke I was thinking about, who was Big Bird's friend, who was a big furry elephant-y thing, was Mr. Snopolopagus.
Oh.
But yes, Mr. Popolopoulos was Doc Cotton's boss, who owned the laundry in EastEnders. And that was about the last time I watched it. Oh, I say.
Trace having roast lamb.
Ooh, suet
we do love a bit of lamb with mint sauce. Andy's here from Melbourne. So it's lovely seeing actually doing it this time. A lot of our Australian followers here. So thank you so much. Hello, both. Andy from Melbourne, and thanks for the brilliant Rocky Mountaineer video. It's perfect. I'm to travel for Saturday night. Thank you. Susan's having turkey later. And Karen's off to Dubrovnik on Explorer 2. We're super excited. Have a fabulous, fabulous time. Sandra said she'd like a house tour.
It wouldn't make much of a video.
Leah Creed is saying, hi from Australia. Linda McCartney, mozzarella burgers are wonderful. I tried their regular burgers that were sort of corny and I didn't like them.
Some of the sausages, they were just awful.
So, Welsh cruisers are here. So nice to see something that says minced beef, mashed broccoli, and a glass of Malbec. Minced beef and mash. That sounds good. Kevin's asking, when will we see Paul choke up on a vlog?
When Spurs win the league. so that's never. you may do.
Warren saying, good morning from San Antonio, Texas. You realize it's 7:42 in the state. Yes, apologies for all our friends on that side of America. But it was difficult to know what to do because there's other vloggers that do lives on a Sunday. And we didn't want to obviously step on their toes. So, and just beer here's fellow from Malaysia.
Hello.
Yeah, Ant and Glenn feel the same. It's a double-edged sword. It is. You don't mind filming in public, but it's respecting the privacy of others. So. And Karen went to Alaska in early May. The weather was amazing. Chilly and lots of snow on the mountains, lots of walkers traveling north. Yeah.
Well,
so, yeah.
Would you see them from the Rocky Mountaineer, though? The orcas?
No. Ant and Glenn said the Canary has some fantastic walking trails. Yeah. Yeah, do check out Ant and Glenn's videos because I know that they've done some. I remember him walking up a big mountain, or was that Barcelona or Benidorm? Anyway, check out
some at the beginning would be.
Yeah.
It was either
Ant
Barcelona.
And Glenn, they've got some fantastic videos, so make sure you check them out.
Barcelona, Benidorm, Bognor Regis.
No.
Or Bradford. It was one of them four.
Traveling down. Good morning. Find a home long enough to watch you live. Leaving in a few days for 40-day trip on QM2, back to back on the Apex. Oh, lovely. We do love the celebrity. Oh, can you hear that?
What are you shouting?
It's the helicopter. We live not far from the hospital. And
the air ambulance.
The air ambulance going in, so someone's poorly, obviously. Right, let's have a look. Question. So Borstor Bay is asking a question. What do you use to edit your film and add in music and text? For our YouTube videos, I use iMovie. Something is because I need something that's quite simple and straightforward, and I've been using it for a long time. Yeah, that's why I married Paul. So that's what I use for. Obviously, you use all for your reels and stuff. You use the Instagram
with the Insta, you get an app for your phone, or you can put one on a laptop.
But I presume you mean YouTube videos. So I add the music. YouTube have got a lot of free music that I use, and I don't want to start paying for things that I don't need to pay for. And
I have to say, and I'm not blowing my trumpet, I'm blowing her trumpet because she does it all. I think her music choices are fabulous.
Thank you. Right, let's have a look. Because time's ticking there. Brian says, we recently did an Azamara cruise to Greece and had several interactions with guest services. Somebody cracked the whip on their mouth during encounter. They were friendly and equal. Do you know, that's really great to hear, Brian, because I don't want anyone else to have an experience like we did. We're back on Azamara at the end of November on the Azamara Onward, and we're really looking forward to being back on board because of the outside of guest relations, the other experience we had around the ship was absolutely brilliant. The one thing we are disappointed, actually, we got an email the other day to say, I think what sets Azamara apart from the other sort of like Oceania and that is that they do these amazing evenings. I got it right first time. And we had an email through to say that actually we're not having our amazing night in Barbados now. We're having a destination celebration. And I thought, because that is something that Azamara, it was just, what we did on our Australia cruise was phenomenal, wasn't it? In Bali and in Adelaide, it was just the best night outs we'd had.
We're surmising that a destination celebration is going to be on the ship.
But we don't know that yet.
We don't know that, so they were suitably vague.
Yeah.
So I think that when you get there, and it's going to be, should be the Amazing night, it's going to be basically a party on the ship. Whether they'll get locals on,
maybe. But I hope it doesn't replace White Night, because White Night on Azamara is amazing too. Well, yeah. So we'll see, but we'll be letting you know because we'll be reporting on our social media. So if you want to follow us along in real time, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also we'll be obviously doing, well, X as it's called now, isn't it? But we'll be reporting as we're going along. Jasmine's asking which cruise ship would be best for an Iceland cruise. It depends. Lots of cruise ships now go to Iceland, so I would just say whatever ship would or cruise line would suit you. Pick that. And we haven't done Iceland yet.
We've only been to the Iceland where you get frozen pizzas and stuff.
Stockholm is the archipelagos.
Archipelago, honey.
Archipelago. That's it. I'll move on. Barbara saying also Sharon Papadopoulos is in Birds of a Feather. Was that her name in there?
She was because her that was her husband's name, wasn't it?
And let's see.
I'm interested. Do you know? But something comes up that.
What pop up this one?
No, that one, yeah. And things come up, and it jogs my memory from stuff that are, when we were away in our motor home. I said to Carole, this is exciting. Sister Act's on at the Everyman Theatre in Cheltenham.
Yes.
And you said, we really must have a look at that, which we must have a look at that because I totally forgot about it. And the reason that's jogged my memory is because Leslie Joseph's in it.
Yes. I'll write that down to do because we love going to the theatre. Catherine says as well. It's Snuffle.
It's the Snuffleupagus.
That's it.
And I'm sure he was like a big brown, like a woolly mammoth. And he was friends with Big Bird.
Yes. Like I said, hi from Charlotte. So nice to see you here. And Ali, my catch up vlogs whilst we're coming. Yeah, Ali's sadly had a diagnosis of cancer diagnosis, so she's going through treatment at the moment. So we're sending you lots and lots of love and hugs. What do we love to look forward to this side of Christmas? Well, we've got our Alaska vlogs are coming. And then once we've done Alaska, we've got our Queen Mary, we've got our time in New York coming, and we've got our transatlantic coming, haven't we? So lots and lots of vlogs coming your way. So hopefully it might put a little smile on your face after going through a difficult time. Corinne said it's been really hot in the Canaries recently. Yeah, winter's a good time this time of year to get there. Virtual Garden, sorry, you clashed with Sunday Ledge Roast Pork 1. Ken goes Trubin's here.
If I had roast pork, I'd be having that now.
Good afternoon. Sorry late. That's fine, Ken. We missed your live, didn't we, Wednesday, because we were out with the family having a meal. So apologies for that. Sean's just sharing our Patreon link there. So do have a look if you want to join in with our meetups around the country. And whenever we're going abroad, because we're off to Fort Lauderdale in November. So Corinne saying, don't knock Bognor Regis, Pauline. Pauline. She's calling you Pauline. Pauline Morgan. Well, I was born there.
Corinne. I wasn't knocking it. I was just coming out with places beginning with B. We've been to Bognor Regis, actually. We went to Butlins, haven't we?
We did.
Yeah. I met Joe Swash.
Yeah, we did. We agree Carole's music choice. Thanks, Patrick and Francis. Appreciate that. And Spencer in love with the train music on the latest video. Yeah. Bravo. Love you both. I really do. Oh, thank you.
The only disappointing thing I will say, Spencer, is there's one lot of train music she uses, and she goes through all this different stuff and says, oh, you know, do you like this? Do you like that? At the start of one of the pieces of music that she used, the very start of it, a horse goes, woo! And I said, that's awesome, mate. But she cut the horse noise off.
But I thought, what's a horse got to relevant to a train journey through the Rocky Mountains?
Absolutely nothing, but I just thought it was funny.
Corinne's saying it is in the ship. Destination celebration. It doesn't replace White Night. So one positive, one negative. Yeah. So hello from sunny Fareham. Nice to see you here, David. And Dan's saying, Azamara have a very good ice night out to Copenhagen next July. Do they? We've left our summer free from June, July, August, because we want to do some last minute stuff and some different stuff, don't we? So
is there anything happening sort of summer next year, anything special?
Yes, it's my birthday again. And how are we going to top my birthday next year?
Say that,
the Rocky
straight in.
Me.
It's my 60th birthday next year.
60th birthday.
Oh, it's my birthday next year. It's everybody's birthday next year.
I know. But going back to my birthday, how are we going to...
Yeah. Going back to your, what is it, 58?
Yes,
I mean, that famous, well-celebrated...
But how are we going to beat the Rocky Mountaineer?
What,
Dan... How are we going to beat it? Come on, throw some ideas at us.
We're off my 60th. I think we should
go. And Paulie for his 60th, I've asked him so many times, what do you want to do? And he wants to go racing and leave me at home on my own.
Hey, everyone's a winner.
Welsh Cruz says, Carole, thanks really make me laugh. What a tonic you are. Well, thank you very much. And Anton Glenn has said the Discord community is awesome for those who are Patreon supporters. Everyone is top in the chat there. Yeah, on our Patreon, just to go back to that, thanks for bringing that back. We've got like a Discord chat room where we've got different little chats going on about all sorts, from weight, we're trying to lose weight, from cruise, from general chat. And it's a lovely, lovely community. So if you do want to chat to us regularly, then please do join us there. Sean says he worked at Bognor Regis Butlins there too.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did hear that Sean was a top entertainer.
Yeah.
And just brilliant. To go back to Patreon again, I know we're flogging Patreon to death. You can join Patreon from as little as £1 a week. £1 a week.
Yes.
You can't even buy a cup of coffee for what? Can you buy a cup of coffee for £1 now?
I guess if you went to a cheap cafe, you could.
Of course you can't.
And Robin's saying, yeah, Mr. Popolopoulos used to manufacture in Ina Sharple's day. Yeah, we remember Ina Sharple.
Well, that's a different one then.
Mr. Popolopoulos.
That's Coronation Street. He was in East Angles.
Oh, lots of Popolopoulos around there.
Yeah, common as much, aren't they? Dan
saying Star Clipper and Mr. Morgan.
No.
I want to do Star Clipper. Paul's for some reasons just won't do it. And I want to. Maybe we'll just book it behind his back, Dan. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't do nothing behind my back. Like upgrading our cabin on the transit. She was so sneaky. Let me finish before you flap them lips and lie anymore. She was so sneaky with upgrading our cabin on the transatlantic on Queen Mary 2 that she'd forgot she'd even done it. That's how sneaky she was. It was so stealth-like, she couldn't even remember doing it. So eventually, she kept dropping subtle hints, saying, oh, you know, I think we ought to upgrade that cabin. And it went on and on. I said, oh, blimmin', I'll just phone Dan up and sort it out. So she phones Dan up. Oh, Dan, can we upgrade our cabin to a balcony cabin? He said, well, you did that about 3 months ago.
Oh, that was funny. Spencer saying, make sure that the horse appears in a future video for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to spot the horse. What minute was it at? Oh. So Dan's just repeating it.
Stop.
And Ant's saying it's not his birthday next year. He's refusing to get any older. Millie's celebrating her 60th next June and will be on Queen Anne. And Ken's.
No, Ken, you're not. You look like you're about 47. And we are going to have to sort out coming to get that engine off you as well. I keep forgetting.
Yes, you do. You do. And Warren saying, I wish I was it was my 60th year. I'm a septuagenarian. Septuagenarian. So you're in your 7th decade. Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
Oh.
Because if he was in his 8th decade, what would it be?
Octogenarian.
You don't have to say twitch.
Anyway, I'm conscious of the time that we've gone over the hour.
I've got chickens to buy or roast pork or whatever tastes fancy.
Yes. So I think we're going to call it a day there. So thanks ever so much. What's that? There's a few people dropping them more comments in. Ant and Glenn, if you're over 50 and join Patreon, you get a free Parker pen. No, but there are some giveaways coming, Ant, to our Patreon and YouTube members. Yes. So watch that space.
But only to our Patreon and YouTube members. We're not like flogging a dead horse, giving stuff away just to make people watch us.
No. Anyway, so look, everyone. So Sean just said, "Great love again." Great love again. Paul and Carole made my day. Great meant live.
Oh, did he?
Wow. We're happy to receive any love.
He meant live. You even predicted what he was going to say. Meant live. That's what you said.
And Patty's saying, look, thank you. Enjoy your travels. And Robin's saying, I vote for Star Clipper. Woo!
Well, it's a good job, Robin, and it's got nothing.
So let us know in the comments below if you would go on Star Clipper. Would you take that opportunity or would you not? Let us know in the comments after this video is finished. Please give us a thumbs up and then write in the comments anything like tea towels. Let us know what pattern you've got on your tea towels. We've got bees.
This is not about tea towels. In all seriousness, I'm 60 next August. I don't want to go like bananas and do like a 7-week trip, which, I mean, when Carole was 50, her 50th celebration started in January and she wasn't 50 till the July, and I'm not even joking. But if you think of something that's very special to do, what would you do if you were 60 in the middle of August next year? What would you do?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below.
Dan, I don't want to comment off you about Star Clippers.
Anyway, on that note, thank you so much. We didn't think many people would turn up because we did it at a different time, but thank you so much for doing that. This might be, we're in the process of planning an epic trip to Asia. That's going to last about 7 weeks come February, March next year. And we're thinking, gosh, we're going to be about 7-8 hours in front, aren't we? And maybe a Sunday lunchtime or late Sunday morning might be a good time to do that just while we're away there. So it was good to see that a lot of you came along. Please make sure you give us the thumbs up. And our next live next week is going to be back on Thursday. So we will speak to you then.
Yes, we will. Thanks for watching.
Let's just... do that.